Hello, one and all. Well, this is a quick tutorial video of a quote of points and the gist of how to play a family game called Hand and Feet. Hand and Foot. Either way. It's an older game, not many know. This video is not going to show the actual game itself, but go over some of the point values and how it goes. First of all, say you have 4 people playing, you play with 5 decks. 5 full decks, including the Joker. Now, you get it all mixed up. You'll have 2 drawing piles, just because one pile is way too damn tall. And then you get 11 cards dealt out for your hand, and 11 cards dealt out to your foot. You pick one set to play off the get-go, and the other one you set off to the side. So you'll start with your hand, you open it up, you look at it. You're going to draw 2 cards when it's your turn. And then you will discard whatever you want to discard. Now, that's where I'm going to go ahead and explain point values real quick. Black 3s are minus 5 points. Bad 5 points. Red 3s are fucking evil. Those are minus 500 points. Big no. Don't keep. Discard. Immediate. Never hold in hand. Okay. 2s and Jokers are wild. Doesn't matter the color, blah, blah, blah. That's worth 20 points good when you're counting up at the end, which I'll explain later. And that'll be worth 50 points good. And then 4, 5, 6, 7 are all 5-pointer cards. Okay? And then 8 through King are all 10-pointers. And then also, Ace is a 20-pointer. No, it's not wild, but it is a 20-pointer. Good one to hoard. Alright, so your goal is, as you're doing this, you want to match things up. Because ideally, you want to lay down. To lay down, you have to meet a meld. And a meld, usually with this your very first hand of the whole series of game, that's going to be 50 points you'll need. Okay, so here's an example. Pretend I'm down to my last 6 cards. This is not going to be easy with me having my phone in one hand, so bear with me. Say these are my last few cards I got. Cool. To lay down something, you have to have at least 2 of a kind plus a wild, or 3 a kind of whatever it is. And whenever you use wilds, you must have 1 more of the suit than the wild. So when you're making a meld, I'm getting ahead of me. Alright, so I want to lay this down. I have 2, 4, 6. Already I know I'm past my 50 beginning meld. This would be 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm laying down 90 points. Cool, I'm good to go. You would lay it out like this, and lay it out like this. Since this has no wilds, this is considered a clean. To represent a clean is the color red. So I'll explain that at the very end here in a second. Now, if you use a wild at all in your suit once it's laid down, that's going to be considered a dirty, which usually gets marked with the black. So, to close a meld, say you've been acquiring cards, you got a bunch, you want a total of 7. Now, if you have a dirty, I can put down more dirties, but I must make sure, for this scenario, this case, I would need to make sure there is 1 more ace than there is a wild for this suit. So, if I wanted to lay down another wild, I have to lay down another ace. Make sense? And pretend I have 7 right here, because I didn't dig out the other decks of cards, so I can't show you a full length of aces. Once you say I have 7 altogether, cool. You would close it up, like this, and set it off to the side. Now, that closes it and marks it as a dirty, where that will be counted at the end of the game as 300 point bonus. Now, you get more aces, and you've had this closed up, you're good to go. Just tuck it underneath. You can keep adding to it as the game goes. Same thing for the queens. Say I finally get all 7 queens. cool. I'm going to close that up. You go like that. Set it off to the side. Since it's all clean, make sure it's a red color on top. A clean is going to equal 500 point bonus. So say end of the games come, you got your melds, and whatever else is laid out that hasn't been closed, that will count for your final score as a positive. And you will get to count these individually at the end of your score. But before you divide it all up, you go, okay, I have 2 melds, 1 dirty, 1 clean. And say me, or if I'm playing partners, me and my partner went out first, I get 100 extra points for going out. So that would mean 300 plus 500 plus the 100 for going out. So 900 points, and then I tally all these up individually plus whatever else I had laid out. I really hope I'm making sense to all y'all. I really wish I could film a normal game, but it probably would get taken down with the way my family talks and the way we do it. There'd be a lot of cussing and swearing. Now, another neat feature is the discard pile. So, you can have, say, once again, pretend some of this is my hand. Yes, this is messy. Yes, I know. So, say someone discarded a queen. And this is my hand that I'm dealing with. And yes, you can get a massive, huge hand of cards if you can't get down when you get to the higher melds, trust me. Say I have this and I'm like, ooh, I want to go down. But I want to pick up that pile. When I have to have 2 of whatever's being discarded to pick it up. So I have 2 queens. I could pick that up. Woohoo! Now if I pick up the pile, I must be laying out. So I'd have to make sure either we are already out on I made our meld for getting out initially, or I would have the amount to do so. In which case I can count whatever card it is that I was collecting. So I could use that to count it out. I have a feeling I confuse some of you guys with that. I'm really going to need to make a video where we actually are playing a game. Going to be interesting. Alright, let's see. What else am I forgetting to explain? An interesting thing. If you do play partners, whatever's left in your hand, or, God forbid, your foot also. So say everyone else went out, someone else went out already, got all the cards out. You still have your 2 cards left in your hand, and your whole foot that you have no idea what's in it, sitting off to the side. That gets counted to the bad. So say this is what was left in my hand and someone else went out before me. So boom, off the get-go. 500 points to the bad. So whatever I may have had laid out, or if I don't have anything laid out whatsoever, that gets knocked off my score that I already have existing. That's a running tally we have. Or right off the get-go, that's just a minus 500. And then that'd be 20 plus 50, so 70 plus a 5. So another minus 75. So 575 to the bad. You would have a little tally off to the side for me, Joe, Orion, Bob. And you would keep this all listed out. Or if you're playing partners, it'd be Megan, Joe, Orion, Bob kind of scenario. And I don't have the list of the melds. I'll try to post that later on, because I cannot remember for the life of me. It goes off of your score. We have a cheat sheet we've had written and we pass it down. When you're opening and starting, I remember it's 50. And then when you break, every 1500, I believe it is, it goes from 50 to 90 to 120 to Ryan, 150 or 190?
190, I believe.
190, 210, and 240. By the time you hit the 240 meld, boom, that ends the whole series of games. And that will determine which team or which individual was the grand winner. Alright, well, hopefully that clears a few things up, especially for my husband, that I was trying to send him directions and rules so he can get a crash course in the family game, and he was confused as hell. So when you listen to this, honey, I love you! And for anyone else, I'll be trying to post a video of an actual game maybe, so you can see firsthand. Alright, enjoy y'all.